Down in the depths, far below, roams mechanical creatures, swimming to and fro. To what aim or intent, nobody knows, but what I can say is Ripjaws makes up for how little he's been around. Holy shit! This week introduces us to possibly one of the most redundant episodes to the classic series, beyond a bug with a grudge, a classic Christmas adventure, and a fucking alien wedding.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good to know that each season has one of these though, I guess. I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is an outright terrible episode, but to my knowledge, we don't come back to any of these new characters introduced, nor the very reason why these mechanical squids are around to begin with in the near future. Quite honestly, it feels more like an excuse to put Ripjaws to work, as it's been quite some time since we last saw him, and he's not exactly the most versatile transformation.
He's got a point.
Anyway, we begin this escapade with the gang being flown over the oceans to meet an old friend of Max's named Donovan Grandsmith, and his grandson Eddie. It's revealed that they've been invited to test out Donovan's underwater holiday resort, which looks to possess all the comfort of a colonoscopy, and after a little TED talk about how it was manufactured, a little incident erupts outside the windows of the resort where a diver is caught in a turbine speed when a power surge hits.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
And as this occurs, it seems to attract a couple of nearby sharks.
Don't eat it, it's got sharks in it!
Ben attempts to dial in the only viable candidate for the job, and the Omnitrix just says nope. With fucking grey matter called in, Ben gets to work and saves the diver whilst compromising one of the sharks in the process. When he returns, Eddie grows suspicious, and sometime later the kids are left together where Eddie gets the harebrained idea that following that incident, a nice ocean bed tour is in order.
Why are you the way that you are?
As the kids venture down into the murky depths, it is quickly revealed that there are several mechanical squids waiting for them, and they begin to destroy the sub, where the water pressure grows and Ben calls in another hero and this time gets the correct one.
You didn't see that coming.
It's at this point that Ripjaws gets a moment to shine, doing a number on the squids, and saves Gwen and Eddie, who make it back to the resort only to discover that the squids followed them. It's also around this point that Eddie realises Ben is the random aliens that are showing up. After a little back and forth with Stinkfly, they all collectively realise that the squids want the power source to the entire resort that Grandsmith swiped from them without realising what it was. Max informs them of the danger that core could do if it goes off, and that they need to get the fuck out of there. As they try to escape, they're separated, with the kids doing the work and Ben getting them out of there as upgrade, with the squids being eviscerated by the core's detonation. And as we close on the group reunited, Donovan promises more of his time to Eddie after he confessed his longing for a relationship with his grandfather like Ben and Gwen have with Max. So the big question to take from this is, did all the workers of that resort get out? There was just absolutely no fucking mention of them or concern for their safety, yet there were several in multiple shots throughout this. Well, I imagine as everything has throughout its history, they might have just disappeared as this adventure took place in the Bermuda Triangle, a location on Earth teeming with mystery and is rightfully known as the point of no return for many aviators and sailors over the years who have never been recovered once they cross that line. Yet, a small assortment of people can make it in and out whilst the resort is built there as well.
That's a fake laugh.
It's real!
Yet this truly is the work of fiction. What would the slogan on their promotional material even be anyway? A place you can truly get away? A land without sun? Under the sea? A true mermaid experience? I certainly wouldn't fucking go. Anyway, the idea of the squids is interesting as there's basically no information about them or where they come from and yet exist in the Bermuda Triangle, which I assume is done to imply that they are the reason for many disappearances over the years. But let's be honest, their appearance here is the epitome of a revolving door. Straight in, then straight out. And to be fair, if there's anything we could take from their appearance here, it would be getting to see Ripjaws live up to his name. His agility, articulation and skill set were something the show desperately needed to explore, and I'm grateful that it happened now, as at this point he's only appeared in 6 episodes, and if I remember rightly, one was an accident, another was a desperate attempt, and the other was a coincidence. There's very few situations in Ben 10 that he can offer his support to, but thankfully he was in his element here. He appears a handful of times beyond this, but ultimately this was his breakout performance, and it made him a fan favourite, and to be clear, is the only thing I remember from this entire episode when I simply see the name. As it is, there's little else to discuss off the back of this episode. The familial tensions between Eddie and Donovan simply play out as background noise, with Ben and Gwen acting as comedy only foils, the general atmosphere was enjoyable and the pacing was decent, but in my opinion, this episode serves as nothing but Ripjaws fan service. I wish I could be more positive or throw a little more insight behind why this one exists, but it quite frankly acts as the dreaded phrase means. It's a filler episode. Not terrible, just there. That's all I've got for this week though. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see my reviews for Ben 10, Star Wars and more week to week. And until next week everyone, take care, and I will see you soon.